probably going to get canceled for this, but I feel like it's important for me to speak up. Today is July 4th, 2024, and this is Independence Day in the US. And it's fitting to have this discussion. Last week was the presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and to put it mildly, it was chaos. I'm not going to deny that. Biden definitely had his terrible moments there, and it does bring up some legitimate concerns about his age. However, I feel like a lot of the discussions here have been misguided and jumping the gun here, especially when the instant reactions came back. This is why I wanted to wait to give my opinion. I needed to think and reflect on it. I do not like Joe Biden. I really do not like Donald Trump. I feel like that should be abundantly clear. I feel as though Joe Biden has failed this country in many ways, from his inactivity on a lot of policies to the ongoing genocide in Israel, Gaza. And that is a serious problem that needs to be addressed. However, it is also naive to assume that Donald Trump would do any better in this. Seriously, he would be egging on Israel to do much worse. Do I like Joe Biden? No. And one of the big concerns about the debate was about his apparent age and his decline, which are valid concerns. However, I feel like a lot of the discussion there is misguided. So one of the points that was a clear misfire for Biden was the fact that he was talking and said he wanted to kill Medicare. That was an obvious senior moment and really bad. But you gotta also compare that to Donald Trump. He's a compulsive liar and a criminal. He is a literal convicted criminal. And that needs to be taken into consideration as well. He wants to be a dictator. The difference is night and day. And I forget where I saw it, but on TikTok, I saw a little thing that said, would you put the Joker in charge of the Batcave just because Alfred's declining? No, you would not. And that is very much the case. Just look at Project 2025 to see not only what Donald Trump is up to, but what the rest of the Republicans are up to. This is very serious. They want to not only go after queer people in our life, but everyone's life. They not only want to go after their political opponents, but they also want to do stuff like ban condom use. In what world do you think that is okay? A lot is on the line here when it comes to abortion rights, queer rights, holding a stable government together. Everything is on the line here. And I know that's said over and over again. Frankly, I'm tired of hearing it, but it's the truth. This is the reality of our situation right here. Yes, they're terrible candidates, and no, third-party candidates are not going to save the day. It's just not going to happen. Then there's the discussion of, should Joe Biden be remaining on the ticket? My 2 cents is, a lot of the pundits have rushed the gun here. I strongly am against that. Do I like Joe Biden? Is he my preferred candidate? No. But historically, incumbents have usually won their election. That is statistically true. They have name recognition for those who are not actively involved in politics, and it is important to remember that. On top of that, would also be a disaster if he were replaced. Just look at what happened in 1968 when the Democratic president decided not to run for re-election in the middle of the campaign. That caused a lot of problems, and it caused chaos at the DNC, which led the Republicans at the time to claim that Democrats are out of control and criminals. We do not want to set that narrative up for them. We want to be the stable party, and that shows in actions. Hunter Biden is a convicted felon like Donald Trump. The president is not responsible for the actions of his adult children. One is responsible for their own actions, especially as an adult. And that should be clear for Donald Trump. He is responsible for his own actions. He is a convicted felon, and he has been found liable of rape. That is a fact. You cannot deny that. So that all being said, do I like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris? No. But I think it's important to recognize that we don't even know who Trump's VP pick is going to be. But I don't think Trump or Biden is going to make it in the next 4 years. So the vice presidency really matters. And Even though I don't like Kamala Harris, she is competent. She is competent at her job, which is what we need. Project 2025 lays it out clearly, and the recent Supreme Court ruling, Trump v. United States, should make that even clearer. Biden should not be using his power just because he's legally allowed to. He needs to be the example of what a reasonable president should be doing, not abusing their power, or otherwise he would be no worse than Trump. That all being said, I begrudgingly endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States. Please, go register to vote. Our lives depend on it. Seriously, register as soon as you can. And make sure you stay registered. That is exceptionally important. Do not let them win. Do not let them take your rights away. And I really do hope, I fear a lot for this nation, but I also fear a lot for this nation. So, with that, thank you, please. And again, please register to vote.